The darkness surrounds us. It's time to light up the night. It's time for Zero Dark 30 with John.
Yay!
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Here we are, folks. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. It is Friday. Friday. Everyone says, thank God it's Friday. Well, I guess there's some merit to that. But how about this? Thank God for the truth. Can you imagine living your life without knowing facts, without being factually centered, without having a starting point, morally? Well, welcome to the world of Democrats. They have none of that stuff. None of it. They live day to day a lie. Now, you just say, well, let them live their own lives then. Well, the problem is they're not letting us live our own lives. So, let's just go with a notable authority figure who has participated in destroying America. The Sheriff of Nottingham. Oh, no, wait. The Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Chief, who is acting like the Sheriff of Nottingham, has said, he's come out and said, Tucker Carlson's news story on the January 6th protesters was disrespectful to the Washington, D.C. police. Disrespectful to them. How dare Tucker say something that they don't agree with? How dare he? It's unbelievable. He used the word disrespect. Does Tucker owe the government or any of its bodies respect? No, he doesn't. Does the police department, the IRS, the FBI, how about Washington, D.C., Congress, the Supreme Court, and the President, do they owe disrespect? Or rather, do they owe respect to the people? The answer is absolutely yes. Yes, they do. They have sworn an oath to protect and defend the Constitution. And that Constitution and their authority is derived from the people, us. So without us and the people, they have nothing. No authority, and we can take that. They must, by both necessity, reason, cause, and all decency, respect us. This guy's a fucking jackass, this chief of police. Does he even know what he's talking about when it comes to January 6th? The answer is absolutely yes. Yes, he does. He understands exactly what he's talking about. He's making Tucker sound like the villain, when it is in fact his police that are the villain. They initiated all of the violence that happened, along with Ray Epps and other violent agents provocateur who were there. But the police kicked it off with a bang, quite literally, and began violently attacking American citizens to whom they owed both respect and fealty to the law. Let me tell you, folks, these people, they know no limits. This chief of police knows exactly what happened. He may have been the bastard that gave the order, and go. They started shooting tear gas grenades, pellets, flashbang grenades, and moving in and aggressively and violently engaging protesters. And these aren't young Antifa BLM types. These are older, more mature Americans. There were old women in there, older men. Big troubles, folks. This is one more indicator of how far into the SHTF we are. Police think that they need respect. See what? There's a lot of misunderstanding about respect. When a judge walks into a courtroom, the bailiff says, "All rise." You're not rising in respect to the judge. Hardly. The respect is paid to the Bible that should be in his hand. That he is going to sit in judgment of others and execution of the law. The respect is for the Bible, and that, folks, that is what is being respected. That this man, we're trusting, and again, he has been authorized, he has authority to discharge, right? To enact, to move on the law in his courtroom. That is what the respect is that's given. It's unbelievable. These people have no idea. When policemen say, "Man, you better respect the law," no. And then point to themselves, right? You disrespected us, the cops. If the cop, the policeman, the sheriff, the constabulary, right? The law, any of these, terms for law enforcement, they need to treat the law with respect and be holding the law above their own belief systems, whatever they may be, right? The law should require them, forces them to become moral in order to hold it, right? Law is sacred. Law should be immutable because it is based on truth and based on facts. These fucking people that think they deserve respect because they're a cop and they wear a badge, no. You're supposed to be respected much in the same way that a judge is. Not for their clothing or their uniform or the costume they wear. When you think about it, that's all it is a costume. It's a piece of clothing. Clothing doesn't give them power, folks. The clothing doesn't give them power. It's our reverence or respect for the institution, which is based on obedience to the law. The cop is to obey the law. The cop is to respect his master. And that's what earns him that respect. I wish they would teach this shit in school to the police and to judges. And I'm sure they do, and they know better, just like the chief of police knows better about Tucker Carlson and what he said. Right? If you respect and revere the law, then people will respect cops. And quite the opposite is true. When they're disrespectful to the people, people do not respect them. And that's part of the huge problems we're having. It's a huge part of it. Now, back to this DC policeman. Does he think that his police officer that smashed that woman in the head and face over 30 times with his fist and baton, does he believe, honestly, truly believe that his officer treated that human being, that woman, that American citizen, that taxpayer, does he believe that he treated her with respect? Smashing a woman in the face? Now, the woman was not dressed in body armor. The woman did not have a baton. The woman did not have a shield. The woman did not have a crash helmet with a face shield. The woman did not have bulletproof body armor, elbow pads, gloves. The woman didn't have any of that. The cop did. The cop did. Did he treat her with respect? No. How about Roseanne Boylan? Another American, another human, another woman. Was killed outside, beaten to death by the cops. Beaten to death by brutal police power. Where's the respect? You're going to tell me that that woman at that point was committing such an egregious crime that it required the death penalty. Where's the respect? It doesn't exist. It does not exist. But the police chief wants Tucker Carlson to respect him and his police force. Folks, I just gave a couple instances, examples of the police brutality that occurred on the day in which the police, Washington, D.C. Metro, was criticized. That is but an example. And there are countless examples from that day. Anytime you watch that footage, you will see countless examples. Jeremy Brown is in prison right now. And what did he do on that day? Well, he helped people to safety. He helped protect people from violence. Oh, and he also refused to help the FBI infiltrate and bring their agenda into the event. Oh yeah. He's being punished for disobeying and refusing and then exposing. He did everything right by videotaping his property, protecting himself, showing the evidence in order to protect himself from the FBI in a, how do we say this? An aggressive act of retribution to punish him for failure to conform to their demands, which were morally repugnant. They wanted him to shit on Americans, turn on Americans, and be their little bitch at January 6th. And Jeremy Brown, veteran, I believe, Green Beret, former congressional candidate, refused. And he's in prison. Respect? You want respect? Folks, that's why I say you better get ready. Seriously, better get prepared to deal with problems. Yesterday I had a very rough day. Very rough day. Did not go well at all. Right? My work took me in the wrong direction, so I couldn't get back to my beloved bunker fast enough. It was an extremely rough day. Consequently, right, I didn't do the show last night. That rough day is nothing compared to SHTF, where nothing is going to go right for you. So you best have as much as you can in preparation for it. Imagine your worst day. Everything going wrong. Shit going wonky. You're scared. You're confused. You're angry. You're pissed off. Right? That's what SHTF is going to be like all day long, every day. Shit going crazy. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. You need those things to make it through that day. You need those things so you can make it through that day. Okay? Have no illusions, folks. The government has no respect for you. They don't have any respect. Chance favors the prepared mind. I'll see you next on the Free for All Friday.
At the tone, the time will be
0 dark 30.